Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's session, we are going to learn about transitive verb. What is a transitive verb? Transitive verb is a verb which passes the action from subject to object. And this transitive verb answers the question what and who. Let's see one example here. Rama killed Ravana. In this sentence, what is the subject? Rama is subject. Killed is verb. And Ravana is object. So, read the sentence once. Rama killed Ravana. So, if you ask question, Rama killed who? Then this sentence is giving answer. Rama killed Ravana. So like this, all the transitive verb give answers for the question what and who. Let's see one more example. She bought vegetables. In this sentence, what is the subject? She is the subject. Bought is verb. Vegetables is object. Now ask a question based on this sentence. She bought what? Is this sentence giving answer? Yes, she bought vegetables. We got the answer in this sentence. So, this bought is called transitive verb. And let's see one more example. He played cricket. So, in this sentence, he is subject, played is verb and cricket is object. Again, once ask the question. He played what? Yes, it is giving answer. He played cricket. So, wherever you have transitive verbs and if you ask any question, definitely that sentence is going to give you answer by using its object. Subject is passing that action onto the object. Now, let's focus on the first point. How that action is passed or transferred by the subject to the object. Now let's understand this first point by these three examples. Rama killed Ravana. So this killing action is passing, transferring from subject Rama to Ravana. He killed Ravana. So this is the direct object on which the action is passed by the subject. And next let's see this example. She bought vegetables. So this buying action is passed from she to vegetables. So she is performing this action on this vegetable. She is doing something with this object. So what is she doing? She is buying that vegetables. She bought vegetables. So like this the action is passed from the subject to object. And next example, he played cricket. He is doing some action on the cricket. So this playing action is passed from him on the cricket. That action is done by the subject onto the object. He is playing cricket. So this is a direct object. He is doing some action on that. He is performing. So this action is done by him and passed by him over the subject. So this is the definition and introduction about transitive verbs. Now let's see some more examples. So we have understand transitive verbs and we have seen what is transitive verb. Now to understand the concept clearly, we have 10 examples on the board. Now let's see those examples. The first one I have for you is the boy kicks the ball. So in this sentence, can you identify what is the subject? The boy is subject. Here kicks is verb. The ball is object. We know that this kicks is a verb, but we have to know that whether it is a verb or a transitive verb. The boy is doing some action. He is performing some action on the subject. So that action is passed by the boy onto the object. The boy kicks the ball. The boy kicks what? Yes, that object is giving answer. It is the ball. If there is no object, close this object and read this sentence once again. The boy kicks. The boy kicks what? There is no answer. It is not mentioned in the sentence. But if we mention this object, we can get the answer. The boy kicks the ball. He is doing that action. That action is passed by the subject to the object. And the next example is, I gave a pencil. I is subject, gave is a verb, a pencil is object. So, this gave is a verb and we should know whether it is transitive verb or not. So, what is the object here? A pencil. Who is giving that pencil? I gave a pencil. Here, that giving action is passed by me. So, I gave what? I gave a pencil. We can continue this sentence like, to my friend. Then, at that point of time, this sentence answers two questions. I gave what? I gave a pencil. To who? To my friend. In this case, the sentence answers two questions because we have two objects here. The direct object is a pencil and the next object, second object is my friend. So, likewise, we can have two or more objects also in a sentence. Next, third one is, he asked me his mobile. He asked me what? His mobile. So, he was asking something. If you close this his mobile, he asked me. What he asked? We don't know because it is not mentioned in the sentence. It is incomplete sentence. But now, by adding his mobile, this object, we can complete this sentence. Here once observe, he is subject, asked is verb, me is object, his mobile is also one more object. Here asked me, this me is first object and his mobile is second object. And the next example is, I teach English. In this sentence, first remember one point, always in a sentence we should identify subject, verb and how many objects are there. Then only we can understand whether it is transitive verb or intransitive verb. I is subject, teach is verb, English is object. I teach what? I teach English. This sentence is giving answer for my question, right? Yes. And the next example we have with us is, he broke the window. In this sentence, he is subject, broke is verb, the window is object. He broke what? He broke the window. So, that breaking action is passing, transferring from the subject to the object. He is doing that action on this object. He is breaking that window. That action is passed from the subject, right? Yes. And the next example we have, watchman opened the gate. Watchman is subject here, opened is verb, the gate is object. Watchman opened what? He opened the gate. So, he is performing that action. This opening action is done by this subject onto this object. So, this subject passes the action to the subject. And the next example we have, the cat ate the mouse. The cat is subject here, ate is verb, the mouse is object. So, the cat ate what? It ate the mouse. If you close this mouse, just let us assume that there is no object in the sentence. Just read this. The cat ate. There is no mouse. The cat ate what? There is no answer in the sentence. So, that is incomplete sentence. So, here that eating action is performed by the cat onto the mouse. This cat is passes the action, transfer the action, transfers. That's why it is transitive verb. Next example, she bought an apple. She is subject here, bought is verb and apple is object. So, she is buying something. What is that? She bought what? An apple. So this bought action is performed by the subject she onto the object an apple. So here also that action is passed by the subject. Next, Raju made a kite. Raju is subject, made is verb, a kite is object. So here Raju is making something. He made what? He made a kite. Yes, this sentence is answering my question. Next, Lata completed her homework. Lata is subject, completed is verb, her homework is object. So this completed action is done by the subject and Lata passes some action onto the object. So this action is transferred onto the object. So this action is done by the subject onto the object. So friends, these are the examples of transitive verbs. I hope you have understood. Now let's see intransitive verbs. Okay friends, we have seen what is transitive verb and we have also seen some examples to understand those transitive verbs. Now let's see intransitive verb. Intransitive verb is a verb which is completely opposite to transitive verb. So this intransitive verb doesn't pass any action from the subject to object and this verb doesn't answer any questions also. Now let's see some examples. The baby is crying. So in this sentence identify the subject. The baby is subject, is helping verb, crying is main verb. Baby is crying what? Is there any answer? The question itself is meaningful. How can we find the answer for a meaningful question, meaningless question? So here this crying is that action that cannot be done on others. That is an action that can be done on ourselves. That's it. It is our feeling. It is our reaction. So the baby is crying. That's it. It's a position, situation of the baby. Maybe something wrong happened or baby is feeling hungry. So that's why baby cried. Baby is crying. So there is no more questions and we cannot get any answers also. The next example is I am happy. Here happiness is a feeling. So I am feeling happy. I am expressing my feeling. That's it. So I am not doing that action on others. So it's not an action that can be passed from the subject to object. So it's just a feeling. Here I is subject, am is helping verb, happy is an adjective. That's it. Here he is jumping. He is subject, is helping verb, jumping is main verb. So he is jumping what? It's just an action. He is doing something. So he is jumping on who? On what? It is not mentioned in the sentence. So that's why this jumping is intransitive verb, because that jumping action is not transferred onto any object. It is performed by the subject. He is not passing that action to object here. They are laughing. Here they is subject, are is helping verb, laughing is main verb. So laughing is a feeling, right? If they crack any jokes, we laugh generally. So that laughing is just an expression. That's it. So it cannot be transferred on others. They are laughing. So they are not laughing on others, or so we can use they are laughing at something. But we cannot say that this laughing is transitive verb. They are not performing that laughing action on others. And if you ask any question, they are laughing what? Is there any meaning? No. So by looking at what they are laughing, so there is something, there is meaning, but it is not mentioned in the sentence. So that's why this laughing is intransitive verb. This laughing is performed by the subject. They are doing that action, they are laughing, yes, that is correct. But they are not passing, they are not transferring that action on others. So this is just introduction and what is intransitive verb. To understand that, I gave few examples. Now let's see some more examples to understand intransitive verbs clearly. So now let's see some examples for intransitive verbs. The first example is Raju is coming. So what is the subject in this sentence? Raju is subject and action is coming. So what is the rule of this intransitive verb? The definition of intransitive verb is the subject never passes any action to the object and this verb doesn't answer any question. So that we have to check in this sentence. So he is coming. What? He is coming where? Is it mentioned? No, it's not mentioned in the sentence. So that's why it is intransitive verb. The boy fell down. In this sentence, the boy is subject. Fell down is a phrasal verb. So the boy fell down from where? So we don't know that. It is not mentioned in the sentence. So these are the actions which cannot be done to others. That actions which cannot be passed to others and the actions which we do by ourselves are called intransitive verbs. So all those verbs come under intransitive verbs. All the feelings, expressions and which cannot be done to others, which are just simply our actions. Come, go, fall, sleep, die, all these are actions which come under intransitive verbs. These are called intransitive verbs. Why? Because we cannot pass this action to the object. Next example is my neighbor died. In this, my neighbor is subject, died is object. My neighbor died due to cancer or something. We can mention the reason here. Why he died? What was the reason for his death? We can mention the reason, but this dying action cannot be passed from the subject to the object. So this is just simply an action. It's a death. So my neighbor died. So here why he died, we can ask that question and we can mention that reason in this sentence by adding some more words in the sentence. But this neighbor is not doing this action onto some other object. So that's why it is intransitive verb. The man killed himself. The man is subject, killed is verb, himself is what? Already we have learned pronouns topic. Himself is reflexive pronoun. He is doing that himself, that's it. He is performing that action on himself. He killed himself, not others. He killed himself. So all these reflexive pronouns, if we use these reflexive pronouns in the sentence, all those sentences and those verbs are intransitive verbs, because reflexive pronoun is nothing but the subject performs the action on the subject. It doesn't pass anything to object. So that's why if we use these reflexive pronouns in a sentence, it comes under intransitive verb. For example, let's change this sentence. The man killed a cobra. Here man is subject, killed is verb and cobra is object. So he is killing that cobra. He is passing that action to cobra. Then that kill action becomes transitive verb. Kill acts as both transitive and intransitive. But here in this sentence, we are using reflexive pronoun. So that's why it became intransitive. In the case of the man killed a cobra, there it is transitive verb. Have you understood? Yes. The next sentence is the weather is hot. So we are telling about the weather condition. That's it. The weather is not doing any action on others. So the weather is hot. Here the weather is subject. Is helping verb. Hot is object. So here the weather is just hot. We are telling about the weather condition. That's it. So this object comes under adjective. This is an adjective. It is not any pronoun or any noun. So it is an adjective. It cannot be a direct object. So it's not receiving any action here. This hot is not receiving any action. The dog is barking. Here the dog is subject, is helping verb, barking is main verb. Here the dog is not performing this action on others. Let's say the dog is barking at thief. We can say like, by looking at the thief, it barked. So the subject is not performing any action on others and there is no end object to receive this action. That's why it is intransitive verb. The bell rang loudly. So here the bell is subject, rang is verb, loudly is adverb here because it is describing the action, rang, how the bell rang. The bell rang loudly. Here this is adverb. So now let's see, the bell rang. So the bell is doing some action here, but that action is not passed to the object. There is no object to receive this action. Let's change this sentence in one more style. The peon rang the bell, or the watchman rang the bell. Here that watchman is doing some action on the bell. Then that sentence is, that verb becomes transitive verb. The same verb, rang. The peon rang the bell. So in that case, the rang will become transitive verb. But here it is intransitive verb as there is no object to receive this action. So this loudly is not an object. Remember, this loudly is not any object here. It's just describing about this action. It's an adverb. So after the verb, generally, if it is an intransitive verb, we will get adverbs, adjectives. So we will get some other parts of speech, but we cannot get any object there. The train stopped suddenly. The train is subject, stopped is verb, suddenly again it's adverb. So who stopped the train? The train stopped, that's it. It is not mentioned here. Who stopped the train? Maybe because of some technical problems, the train stopped by itself, maybe. So how suddenly the train stopped? There is no object mentioned here. Only that action performed by the subject is mentioned. And how that action is done, that is also mentioned, suddenly. So here, subject, the train, is not passing this stop action to any object. There is no end object to receive this action. That's why it is intransitive. And next, he spoke rudely. So here he is subject, spoke is verb, rudely is adverb. So he is doing some action here, but there is no object to receive this action. So that's why it is intransitive verb. So observe at this adverb, rudely. It is describing about the verb, how he was speaking. How did he speak? He spoke rudely. So it is describing the action, that's it. It's not object. The baby is sleeping. Here the baby is subject, sleeping is verb. The baby is sleeping what? No, that is meaningless question. So there is no answer for meaningless questions as well. So all these verbs, sleep, come, go, fall, die, all these verbs are intransitive verbs because these actions cannot be done to others, which we do by ourselves, which are just our actions. Maybe our feelings, like I said, I am happy, I am sad, I am depressed. So these actions tell about our expressions, our feelings. So this is all about intransitive verbs and the 10 examples to understand that intransitive verb clearly. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section and I will try to clarify your doubts there itself. So if you like this video, subscribe, like and share. Thank you.